require more Vespine gas.
Except... It's okay, they changed the colors, but up at the 10 o'clock position in beige. Cross positions again on Neo-Electric Circuit, by the way, but Soulkey was up at the 10 o'clock position in beige, meaning that Hyvaa is down at the 5 o'clock position in red. Hyvaa red. Soulkey beige. You know, my greatest fear in games like this and any mirror matchup is getting to the end of the commentary and realizing at the very end that I had the color wrong the entire time and the person I thought won lost. I don't think that's ever happened. If it has happened, I'm sure I've thrown out the commentary and done another one, but I can't remember that ever happening, but it is one of my greatest fears. I wake up sweating in the middle of the night, oh, I got the wrong color. So that is why I'm making sure I get these colors into my head. Alright, Hyvaa's in beige, and Soulkey's in... I'm kidding. That's probably going to... probably going to throw myself off with that, though. That was smart. Okay, Soulkey beige, Soulkey beige, Soulkey beige, Hyvaa red, Hyvaa red, Soulkey beige, Soulkey beige, Hyvaa red. Thank you, cameraman. You're working with me today. I like it. Okay, we got the 12 drones coming up, and 12 pool opening for Soulkey. What do we got down for Hyvaa? He's going for the 12 hatch. I see him moving out already. Yep, 12 hatch opening for Hyvaa. So it is going to give him the econ advantage. Hyvaa, I was saying before the round of 16, I was doing my preview saying that Hyvaa might not be able to hang with the big dogs in this group. Because every single guy in this group has excellent ZVZ, except for Hyvaa. I believe Hyvaa had a 40-something% ZVZ record, and the rest were in the upper 50s and 60s. Like Shine has amazing ZVZ, and he definitely showed that off in Group C. Moved out pretty easily, 3-0'd it. So yeah, if Shine gets matched up with another Zerg in the round of 8, we could see Shine moving on up. Shine finals. That would be hilarious. I would love it. I had a subscriber ask me recently, I thought you hated Shine. Don't you hate Shine because he knocks out Stork and he knocks out Bisu and he breaks hearts and stomps on your face every single season? I'm like, I don't know, he's kind of grown on me. I like Shiny McShinerson, but he is not in this game. These are the rest of the dudes. Okay, Soulkey hasn't gone into his lair yet. See the lair coming up now for Hyvaa. But Hyvaa's done a surprisingly good job hanging with the big dogs. More cliches, pile them on. But yes, done a good job. The chaotic nature of ZVZ helps a lot. It can be paper, rock, scissors sometimes, but there's more to it than that, I think. I know a lot of people criticize ZVZ for being paper, rock, scissors and stuff like that, but no, it comes down to micro engagements a lot of the time. And just look at this, the Zerglings lining up, getting into a perfect line and then collapsing. Perfectionist nightmare. Gotta get those Zerglings back into a line somehow. There's Soulkey trying to get a distractionary Zergling by. Just trying to sneak inside that main, snipe a drone or two, but he's down in red, so I think one drone splat should get rid of that damn thing. So he's keeping it in to scout for now and regen a little bit of health if it lasts that long. But I think the Spire was coming down behind that main for Hyvaa. I'm gonna get the Spire going already. And there is Soulkey's Spire. So they both have the Spire coming up at just about the same time. And they both expanded cross positions. So this could be a longer ZVZ, actually. I hope so. I want to see Hive Tech at least once today. Come on. Hive Tech ZVZ, such a rarity, but God, gotta love it. Got to love it. De-fi-lers. De-fi-lers bring up... They have a new meaning in ZVZ. Because you got your 3 control groups of mutas coming down, 1 plague, and your game is over. I love it so much. Okay, Spire just about to come up for both. I think there's a sunken colony at the front for Soulkey, making sure he has the defense he needs while he transitions into a mostly muta build, probably, or might try to get out Scourge to snipe the mutas that Hyvaa has coming up here in a bit. The second extractor for Soulkey, I'm sure that Hyvaa has his second extractor by now to support his mutas and everything he needs to take that air advantage, but the Zerglings kind of doing little micro battles in the middle of the map, nothing too huge, no big Zergling run-bys yet. The sunken colony will hurt prospects of that happening, I think. Okay. Spires up for both, and let's see what the guys pump. Very important, because, oh my god, I think Hyvaa trying to sneak by, but Soulkey had good positioning there. He had the eggs blocking for a second there, and the eggs blocking one way by that sunken colony, had the Zerglings blocking the rest. So now he pumps a couple of Scourge, gonna try to get a nice Scourge trap. Hyvaa did the same. The Scourge will help out with scouting as well. Trying to get in there, get a scout. But both players playing defensively since they know that, well, they've both basically gone for the same build. No need to play super risky, especially at this stage in the tiebreaker, when they've already played so many games. Okay. Yeah, we're probably going to see a standoff for a while here until Scourge Trap is built. Okay, Scourge coming in, getting the scout, going to try to hover over, get a muta, trying to get a muta. I think it's going to be unsuccessful. One Scourge lands, the other got microed against. Yeah, microing against Scourge, very difficult, especially when they're bearing down on you. Little flying things of death, gotta love it. Paper airplanes of death. I know the Koreans call wraiths paper airplanes, but I think that applies to Scourge as well. Death planes. Right. Let's see. Scourge lining up, and now that the mutas are darting back and forth, that's kind of when you can tell. Oh boy, this might take a while. Let's see. Hyvaa pumping some more mutas, getting them into the clump. See if he can micro against these Scourge. That was close. One single Scourge probably won't be that big of a risk, a big of a threat. That's the word I was going for there. But I think he just used, he used Splash to get to that Scourge. I think he splashed his own hatchery, well, lair, to do that. Of course, I can't rewind, but it looked like what happened there. Kind of cool. Let's see. Not much drone saturation for Soulkey. I'll have to take another look. No, not much drone saturation at all. Basically, all you need are the drones on the extractor. That's the important part when dealing with early to mid-game ZVZ. You just need a lot of gas to support those mutas. But now, here comes Hyvaa. He's moving up with everything. Got all of his Zerglings on the way, too. So you're going to try to really surprise Soulkey. Soulkey scouts this, though, with a couple of Scourge. He knows it's coming, at least, so he's just got a micro against this. Land his own Scourge on this. But there comes a big Scourge battle, I think. Getting closer and closer. Oh, my God. That's a lot of Scourge from Soulkey. I'm pretty sure Hyvaa had a hell of a lot, too. Yeah, he's coming in. Just hanging right outside the natural expansion. He's not going to let up the pressure yet. So he's just hovering around, looking for any Zerglings sneaking out to snipe. Seeing what he can snipe. Getting in here, lots of Scourge coming into play. So, yeah, just landing these Scourge could win the game for either of them. Just seeing how many are out in the air. Little paper airplanes of death, hovering around. But I'd say Soulkey definitely has more. He just lost 2 there. Microed against by Hyvaa. That was good micro from him. But he is not letting up the pressure. Soulkey looking intensely focused, trying to sneak by with Zerglings now that Hyvaa is backing off, going back to his base, it looks like, going all the way back down to his natural expansion. But Zerglings on the way down, going to try to kill some drones. But we could be in for another round of defensiveness from the players. Hyvaa, he pressured for a second, but now he's fallen back to his main army, and Soulkey is not going to move out anytime soon. He knows he's behind economically, and that's why he's not completely pushing out. He wants to get lucky. He wants Hyvaa to come to him so he can micro against it on his own turf, be able to pump Surprise Scourge from that natural. So Hyvaa has +1 Carapace, and Soulkey has nothing. The observers are pointing that out, actually, that Soulkey is behind Hyvaa on upgrades for now. Because Hyvaa has the +1... Oh! Just ticked over, actually, for Soulkey. So now they both have +1 Carapace. That'll help out a lot once the glaive worms start splashing. Those crazy glaive worms. That's the sound of a glaive worm. They're just nutty. Crazy guys. Okay, anyway. Let's see. I think we're back in defensive mode for both. Soulkey has a nice defense at his natural expansion, actually, with the Sunken Colony and the Zerglings to defend ground, and a bunch of Scourge in the air to do the rest. He's going to rely on a bunch of these Scourge, actually, to swing the game for him. The big fear, I think, for him now is landing all the Scourge on one Muta, which, that's not really worth it. Not really worth the minerals and the gas there, especially the gas. But a couple of scouting Scourge go down right over Hyvaa's main. But let's see if Hyvaa waits for another upgrade before he moves out, or if he's just waiting for a certain number of mutas. They both have the +1 Carapace, and Soulkey's moving out, actually. Huge fleet of Scourge, and he's going to try to move down the map and get past any scouting from Hyvaa. I'm not sure if Hyvaa's going to be able to see this or not. Oh, he's sending up something. I see Hyvaa was sending up something to scout, but I'm not sure what it was. Could have been a Zergling, but the Overlords are going to see this now if Soulkey should try to attack that main. And it seems that Hyvaa is pulling into position, so he knows something is happening. The Overlord's getting sniped. A couple of Zerglings coming in as well. Probably not going to be enough to break through that front and do any amount of damage, but 2 Overlords killed now as Hyvaa was defending his natural expansion, so that was a distraction while he took down the Overlords. But now he's hovering next to the natural. He might go for this. He's got to get those Scourge nice and spread out, though, before he does this big attack, because we got 2 control groups worth of mutas now for Hyvaa. And I'm not sure if Soulkey has the same. Yeah, I think he does have 2 control groups. Gets a ton of Scourge coming in for both. Hyvaa lands a lot as well. So the Scourge kind of just flooding in piecemeal for Soulkey, and one of the control groups microing, the other not. It's pretty difficult to micro 2 control groups, but oh man, Soulkey lost everything in that attack. The Scourge being the big decider, so GG from Soulkey. Loses another chance of moving into the round of 8. Now he's going to have to hope that Hydra takes the next game to force another round, because that's the only way he's going to get out. And now Hyvaa is going for the double kill. Alright, let's move on to the next game.